HMCS Haida for the 8th anniversary. As some of you guys may know, if you haven't seen it, been on board the Haida yet, but Haida was, among many years of her service, was at D-Day. So I'm actually dressed not as a sailor, my colleague over there is. But of course Haida was at D-Day, so Canadian soldiers and Canadian troops of the Army who were on ships like the Haida, but to storm ashore during the Normandy invasions at Juno Beach. This is basically sort of the basic uniform what they're wearing. There's a lot more on display over there. But I'm going to demonstrate for you guys the main rifle was being used by Canadian soldiers, Canadian Navy landing parties on Haida. The main weapon is being used by Canadian, British, Commonwealth soldier forces in basically the latter half of the Second World War. When the war begins, they're using essentially an earlier version of this rifle, the Lee-Enfield. They're using initially the SMLE, or the short magazine Lee-Enfield. The same rifle was being used in the First World War, but by about 1942 they had updated the design slightly. Fundamentally, it's the exact same rifle. It is a bolt-action rifle. It is a .303 caliber cartridge. This is basically what they're loading. 5-round charger clips. While there is a magazine, it doesn't work like a magazine of a modern firearm. The magazine is basically just for storage. You actually charge the mag by pushing the 5-round charges down in the magazine with your thumb. So it can hold 2 of these, so basically it's a 10-round ammunition capacity. And with being bolt action, we throw the bolt forward, it puts a round from the magazine into the chamber, cocks the weapon, we pull the trigger, firing pin goes forward, strikes the primer, sets up the round, and when you recycle it, the empty casing pops out, new one gets put back in. So it's not semi-auto, it's bolt action, but hopefully it can actually fire pretty quickly. It has sights here, pretty simple, just 2-gauge battle sight, sight to 300 and 600 yards, so realistically the effective range, even though it could shoot much farther than that, was somewhere around 300 to 400 yard range, because anything beyond that, you're not really be able to see it that well without a scope or anything. But this weapon is being used by Canadian and British troops and Commonwealth troops throughout basically Normandy invasions, Italy, and basically the latter half of the Second World War. So I'm going to basically be firing, come into the water across the bow, just a blank of course, but still going to be a little loud, so you guys want to cover your ears, and now may be the time to do it. Now, one of the things with this rifle is actually because they changed the evolution to be more mass-produced, more heavily manufactured, in my experience, they actually kind of lost a little bit of the fine-tuning of the earlier rifles, which were a little more handmade. So I've actually seen there was sometimes jamming with this because the problem with the .303 cartridge is a rimmed cartridge, as you might be able to see on the end, which means it does often get prone to jamming. It's a pretty easy fix. You can get it unjammed pretty quickly, but that's one issue with the rimmed cartridge of the .303 is it can sometimes jam, as you see there. But anyway, that gives you guys a little bit of sense of what the rifle would have sounded. That was just 5 rounds. Again, it can hold much more than that. But yeah, any questions? It does have a bayonet, which could be fixed on the end like this. It is not a blade, it is a spike bayonet, so it's literally just a big metal spike, which means it's very easy and quick to mass produce. It doesn't need a whole lot of maintaining, there's no sharp edge you got to keep sharp, it's just basically purely a spike. This was affectionately known as the pig sticker for obvious reasons. How heavily the bayonet was actually used, not all that much. Hollywood was probably exaggerated that a little bit, but there was bayonet training, bayonet fighting, which could be used if needed, but most of the time if you got close enough to the bayonet, probably the guys would destroy it. So, anyway, any questions, guys? Oh, okay, well thanks for coming out to the Haida, everybody. Make sure you go on the ship if you haven't already. We're going to start to pack up some of this later because some of our guys got to head out to other side of Toronto, but thanks for coming to Haida, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Where did the cartridges go?